Very good morning to all of you, friends. Welcome back. I hope you guys are doing good. So, in the previous three sessions, we discussed the concepts of standard costing. I hope you guys are thorough with the concepts and I hope you have completed your homework. So, one second. So, good morning, Tanu. Good morning, Nana. Good morning, Almas. Good morning, Priyanshi. I hope you guys have completed the homework. Anyone having any doubts as far as the questions I have given you guys? As far as the questions. Very good, Priyanshi. So let me give you a brief about what all we discussed in the previous three sessions. So standard costing or variance analysis, as I said, it has nothing to do with cost calculation. Basically, it's a part of management accounting. It's a tool of management accounting and it assists management in decision making. So as I said, there are various elements of the cost, that is material, labor, and overheads, that we need to investigate to figure out that where the things went wrong with the management, that is the ultimate profit. So we started with the material part, wherein we discussed material cost variance, material price variance, material usage variance, material mix, and yield variance. Similarly, in labor, we discussed material labor cost variance, labor rate variance, labor efficiency variance, plus we discussed labor mix and yield variance. In certain cases, there may be idle time variance. Thereafter, we discussed, very good, Tanu. So thereafter, we discussed fixed overhead variance, wherein we discussed fixed overhead cost variance, expenditure variance, volume variance, calendar variance, capacity variance, and efficiency variance. So this was the question what we discussed. While discussing the concepts of fixed overhead variance, wherein days were given 25 and 26, hours were given 30,000 and 33,000, units were given 30,000 and 32,500, and fixed overheads were given. So this was the question I discussed while explaining the concept. So now, let's take a situation wherein, if in case the days are not given. Let's take a situation wherein, if in case, if the days are not given, how to calculate the variance. So let's start with this, guys. So when talking about fixed overhead cost variance, there will be no change. Just the way we used to calculate, that is, we do calculate under or over absorption of overhead. That is 45,000 were for 30,000 units. So for 32,500, how much? Minus the actual overheads, that is 50,000. So this will be 1250 adverse. So there will be no change in calculation of fixed overhead cost variance. Now again, when talking about the second part, that is fixed overhead expenditure variance, again there will be no change. It will remain same, straight away, 45,000 minus 50,000. So this will be 5,000 adverse. Next will be fixed overhead volume variance, again no change. At fixed overhead volume variance also no change. That is how much units we were supposed to manufacture. 30,000. The units actually manufactured were 32,500. How many extra? 2,500 units extra into the rate per unit, that is 45,000 divided by 30,000. These concepts I'm not discussing again because I've already discussed these concepts in detail in the previous session. So everything is same, be it cost, be it expenditure, be it volume. So this is 3,750 favorable. So till here, there is no change. Let me check, Tanu. Now let's proceed further. When days were given, we used to calculate fixed overhead calendar variance. But since the days are not given, we will assume that the days are same. That is, budgeted days and actual days are same. So there will be no calendar variance. However, we will calculate fixed overhead capacity variance. Now, since the days are not given, so we will assume that there is no change in number of days. So straight away we can calculate the capacity. See, when talking about the capacity, we talk about hours, as I've discussed also. So how much capacity was ours? That is 30,000 hours. Actually, we work for how many hours? 33,000 hours. So 3,000 hours extra into the rate per hour, that is 45,000 divided by 30,000. So that will be 1.5 per hour. So this will be 4,500 favorable. So if the days are not given in the question, very important guys, we will assume that there is no change in the number of days. So straight away we can calculate capacity variance. That is, our capacity was to work for 30,000 hours and we actually work for 33,000 hours. So 3,000 hours extra we work. So straight away 4,500 favorable. Now, when talking about the efficiency variance, there will be no change. $30,000 units, 30,000 hours. 1 unit, 1 hour. So 32,500 units. We should take 32,500 hours. However, we actually consume 33,000 hours. So we can say 500 hours is my inefficiency into the rate per hour, that is 45,000 divided by 30,000. So my rate per hour will be 1.5. So this will be 750 Edwards. So again, all the concepts are same. If the days are not given, there will be no change in cost. There will be no change in expenditure. There will be no change in volume. However, there will be a small change in capacity variance where we will assume that since the days are not given, so straight away days are same. So straight away we can calculate capacity variance. Further, no change in efficiency variance. And yes, we will not calculate calendar variance. So this is the concept what I want to discuss. I request you guys to please copy the same. And if you guys have any doubts or queries, you guys can please post your queries. Waiting for your queries. Tanu, let me check. Anyone having any doubts? Yes, Richa. I hope you are thorough with the concepts? Jayendra, Mr. Parvez, Neeraj, Prem Kumar, Mr. Pawan Kumar, after a long time. You are not regular, Pawan. Miss Pooja, I hope you are thorough with the concepts. Good morning, Pooja. Good morning, Pawan. So now let's proceed further with the next part. Again, we have given enough of time on the concepts of fixed overhead. So now let's take one more point, guys, wherein the days are given same 25 and 26. However, hours are not given. What if in case, if the days are given and hours are not given? So again, very simple. There will be no change in material cost, sorry, fixed overhead cost variance. There will be no change in fixed overhead expenditure variance. There will be no change in fixed overhead volume variance. I repeat again, guys. What if in case hours are not given in the question? Hours अगर आपको question में नहीं दिए गए हैं, so what will be the change? So herein, no change in cost variance, no change in expenditure variance, no change in volume variance. Since the number of days are given, so we will calculate calendar variance. So just like we have discussed, 25 days we were supposed to work. We work for 26 days. 1 day extra we work into the rate per day. That is 45,000 divided by 25. So that is rupees 1800 per day. That is 1800 favorable. Since hours are not given, so capacity variance we won't be able to calculate. But yes, efficiency variance we will calculate. We will calculate efficiency variance using days. We will calculate efficiency variance using days. Now the question is how to calculate. So I want you guys to try that what will be the efficiency variance. I mean, if we are using days to calculate the efficiency variance. At least after discussing 4 to 5 questions on fixed overhead, I hope you guys will be able to solve the question. So giving you 3 to 4 minutes time to post the answer. Do post the answer, and further do post the explanation also that how efficiency variance will be calculated using days. Waiting for your answers, guys. I want every one of you guys to post your answer. No worries, Pawan, that's okay. Do check the recorded sessions. So I'm waiting for your answers. How you guys will be calculating efficiency variance using days? Just like we used to calculate efficiency variance using hours, you can apply the same concept and calculate efficiency variance using days and units. So waiting for your answers. And further, do post the explanation also. Okay, so I've got one answer. Priyanshi, please check the actual production is 32,500. Please recheck, Priyanshi. Rest all waiting for your answers. Tanu, Jayendra, Prem Kumar, Almas, Mr. Pravez, Rohan, Sahu, Neeraj. Quick, guys. Very good. Your answer and your approach is correct. Very good, Neeraj. Your answer and your approach is correct now. You need to check the recorded session, Pawan. Yes, I've got answer. The answers are correct. So now see, since R's are not given in the question, Mohammed Parvez, the answer is incorrect. Please recheck your calculation. See, guys, since the R's are not given in the question, so we will use days to calculate efficiency variance. So see, 25 days we were working and we were manufacturing 30,000 units. In 25 days, so I've got answer from Neeraj also. Very good, Neeraj. The answer is correct. Almas, please recheck your answer. So in 25 days, we were manufacturing 30,000 units. So in 26 days, how many units we were supposed to manufacture? 25 days, 30,000 units. So in 26 days, how many units? 31,200 units. How come 31,200 units? 30,000 units in 25 days. So in 26 days, how many units we were supposed to manufacture? Very good, Tanu, but please recheck your answer. So in 25 days, the management has given us a target to manufacture 30,000 units. I repeat again, in 25 days, the management has given us a target to manufacture 30,000 units. However, we actually work for 26 days. So how many units we were supposed to manufacture? 31,000 units, 31,200 units. But actually, we manufactured 32,500 units. I'm removing this calculation because of the space constraint. Actually, we manufactured 32,500 units. That is 1,300 units extra we manufactured. So it's a good sign for the company. Since it is unit, so we will apply the rate per unit. So this will be 1950 favorable. Very good, Almas. Now it is correct. Prem Kumar, please check. It is favorable, not adverse. Pooja, please recheck. This is the way we will calculate. I think you're getting the rounding of difference because of the days, but that's please recheck. Just take the figures till full decimal, you will get the complete answer. You can use it, you can calculate by using days also. Instead of units, we have calculated extra units. We can calculate the saving in days also. So both the approaches are correct. The answer will be the same. So very important, guys. If the R's are not given, we won't be able to calculate capacity variance. But yes, when talking about efficiency variance, we'll be using days to calculate. Anyways, so those who have any doubts or queries, you guys can please post. In the meanwhile, I request you guys to please copy this explanation. These are the few additional points. That is, what if in case days are not given, what if in case hours are not given. So how to deal these situations? I have discussed these questions. Now let's take one more situation. Now let's take one more situation. What if in case idle hours are also given in the question? Let's say idle hours are my 200 hours. What if in case idle time or idle hours are also given in the question, how to deal with it? So let's start again. When talking about the cost variance, there will be no change. Expenditure variance, no change. Volume variance, no change. Calendar variance also no change. The way we used to calculate fixed overhead calendar variance, we will calculate, that is 25 days. We actually work for 26 days. 1 day extra into the rate per day, 1800 per day. So this will be 1800 favorable. So when idle hours are given, no change in cost, no change in expenditure, no change in volume, no change in calendar, and for the no change in capacity also. No change in fixed overhead capacity variance. The same way we used to calculate, our capacity was to work for how many hours? Sorry. Yes, we will calculate idle time variance. So fixed overhead capacity variance. So we were supposed, our capacity was to work for 31,200 hours, but we actually work for 33,000 hours. So 1,800 hours extra we worked into the rate per hour 1.5. So that will be 2,700 favorable. So again, I repeat, if idle hours are given, cost, expenditure, volume, calendar, and capacity, there will be no change. Now, herein, we will calculate one more variance, that is idle time variance. Herein, we will calculate one more variance, that is idle time variance. Idle hours are 200 into the rate per hour, that is 45,000 divided by 30,000 into 1.5 per hour. So this will be 300 adverse. So the calculation is very simple. We have discussed this part in labor variance also, that idle hours are always a loss to the company. So straight away, idle hours multiplied with the rate we will calculate, we will get idle time variance. So if idle hours are given, there will be one new variance, that is idle time variance. Now the last part is efficiency variance. Yes, if idle hours are given, then there will be a change in efficiency variance. So fixed overhead efficiency variance. See, we discussed in fixed overhead efficiency variance that 30,000 units, 30,000 hours. 1 unit, 1 hour. So 32,500 units. How many hours we were supposed to work for manufacturing 32,500 units? 32,500 hours. But we actually worked for 33,000 hours to manufacture the same number of units. So 500 hours was my inefficiency. 500 hours was my inefficiency. This is what I have discussed till now. 500 hours was my inefficiency. Now, very important, what is the change? See, 500 hours extra we took to manufacture 30 to 500 units. Of this 500 hours, 200 hours are my what? Idle time. So 300 hours is only my inefficiency. I repeat again, guys, when talking about efficiency variance, as we have discussed previously, 30,000 units, 30,000 hours. So 1 unit should take 1 hour. So 30 to 500 units बनाने के लिए कितने घंटे लगने चाहिए थे? 30 to 500 hours. But we actually took 33,000 hours. So 500 hours extra हम लोगों ने लिए. In previously we discussed that 500 hours was my inefficiency. But now in question, since idle hours are given, so out of this 500 hours, 200 hours are what? My idle time. That is considered separately in idle time variance. So the inefficiency, the inefficient hour is how much? 300 hours. That is the balance hour. So 300 hours into the rate per hour, 1.5. This will be 450 hours. Very good, Neeraj. The calculation is correct. So previously we discussed that 500 hours was my inefficiency because we consumed extra 500 hours. अब वो जो 500 hours हमने extra लिए, वो पूरा inefficiency नहीं होगा. उसमें 200 hours they have said that it is idle time. Out of 500 hours, the question is mentioned that 200 hours my idle hours. So my inefficiency is how much? Only 300 hours. So बस अगर question में idle time given है, तो very simple. Till here, there will be no change in the solution. Yes, वो जो 500 hours हमने extra calculate किया, उसका breakup कर दीजिए. 200 will be idle time and remaining 300 hours will be my inefficiency. I hope this part is clear to all. Mr. Anil, I hope this part is clear. Anyone having any doubts? Priyanshi, Prem Kumar, Almas, Tanu, Mr. Anil? Then our efficiency will get reduced. Priyanshi. In fact, will be more efficient, we can say. Sorry. Anyone with any doubts or queries? I request you guys to copy this explanation, especially this part. Giving you 2 minutes time. Priyanshi, idle hours will be actual hours. I mean, it will be a part of actual data. No company says that, okay, this is my idle hours. Why will a company want idle hours? Idle hours generally happens due to machine breakdown or due to several reasons. It will always be actual, Priyanshi. Anyone else with any doubts or queries? So we are done with fixed overhead variance. I hope you guys are thorough with the concepts of fixed overhead variance. If you guys have any doubts or queries in fixed overhead, be it anything, be it the full-fledged question, be it in the case when hours are not given or days are not given or if idle time is not given, you guys can post your queries because I'll be putting a few questions in front of you and I want everyone to solve the questions. So still, if you guys have any doubts, you guys can please post your queries. Else, we'll start with the next part, that is variable overhead variance, the easiest part of the chapter. Let me check, Tanu. I need to discuss practical problem number 4 also, I think. Any conceptual doubts or queries? So fine, let's proceed further with variable overhead variance. So just like fixed overhead again, when talking about the calculation of variable overhead variance, you have to arrange the data in this tabular form wherein budget and actual. Let's say my budgeted hours are same 30,000 and 33,000. Budgeted units are 30,000 and 32,500. And let's say variable overheads are given in the question. 60,000 and 75,000. So this is the data given in the question. Again, if the days are given, you have to ignore the days. For variable overhead variances, only 3 things are required: hours, units, and variable overheads. That's it. If additional information is given, then you have to ignore the additional information. So again, as I said, the calculation of variable overhead is more or less like fixed overheads only. So just like calculation of fixed overhead, we will calculate variable overhead cost variance. Similarly, 60,000 overheads for 30,000 units. So for 30 to 500 units, how much? Minus the actual variable overhead, 75,000. So the calculation of variable overhead cost variance and fixed overhead cost variance is same. That is 60,000 overheads for 30,000 units. So for 30 to 500 units, how much? minus the actual variable overheads. That is, so this will be 10,000 adverse. Next is variable overhead expenditure variance. Next is variable overhead expenditure variance. Now see, in fixed overhead expenditure variance, straight away the budgeted fixed overhead minus actual fixed overhead, because fixed overhead remain constant at all the level of production. But when talking about variable overhead, it keeps on changing depending upon, we can say, the hours or units, whatever it is. So herein we will change as per hours. When talking about the expenditure variance, we will give the effect of hours. That सीधी और आसान भाषा में 60,000 ओवरहेड्स होता है 30,000 आवर्स के लिए. सो 33,000 आवर्स के लिए कितना ओवरहेड्स होना चाहिए था और कितना हुआ. This is how we will get the variance. So very simple. 60,000 are my overheads for 30,000 hours. 60,000 are my overheads for 30,000 hours. So for 33,000 hours, that is my actual hours, how much should be my overheads? Minus my actual overheads are 75,000. So 66 minus 75. So this will be 9,000 adovers. So if fixed overhead expenditure variance, straight away we can calculate because fixed overhead remain unchanged, but variable overheads keeps on changing. So that's why we will give the effect of hours ki 60,000 overheads हुआ 30,000 hours में. So 33,000 hours में कितना होगा? Very simple, 6,000 minus the actual variable overheads are 75,000. So this will be 9,000 adverse. Now, when talking about the variable overhead efficiency variance, again, the same way we will calculate the efficiency variance. I have discussed this part also. 30,000 units to be manufactured in 30,000 hours. 30,000 units should take 30,000 hours. It means one unit should take 1 hour only. The actual production was 32,500 units. So it should be completed in 32,500 hours. But yes, to manufacture these 32,500 units, we actually consumed how many hours? 33,000 hours. So how many hours is my inefficiency? 500 hours into the rate per hour, that is 60,000 divided by 30,000. So that is rupees 2 per hour. So this will be 1,000 acres. So the calculation is exact in efficiency and cost. But yes, when talking about expenditure, there will be a small change. That is, we have to give the effect of hours. So this is all what about variable overhead variances. We are done with variable overhead variance. I request you guys to please copy. And if you guys have any doubts or queries in variable overhead variance, you guys can please post. Yes, ma'am, ho gaya. It's done. And it's the easiest part of the chapter. Any doubts, Priyanshi? Yes, Tanu, it's very easy. No, never Priyanshi. Ours will always be given in the question. You can't assume that the variable overheads keeps on changing. I mean, the variable overheads will remain constant. Some or other information will always be given in the question. No Rohan, no calendar, no capacity, no volume. Straight away, cost, expenditure, and efficiency variance. That's it. Priyanshi, in that case, I think you can write a footnote also that assuming R's are, since R's are not given, so we will assume that the R's are constant. But examiner will not give you that type of question because it's not practical. Tanu, I'll be discussing, I've just checked your problem. I'll be discussing that question, don't worry. Illustration, practical question number 4 is done, Tanu. Since we are done with the concept, so we have enough of time to discuss the problems what you are facing in the study material. It's very easy. I just checked it right away. So we'll be discussing variety of questions now. So now we are done with all the concepts. So now let's start with few more practical questions on fixed overhead because we have covered variety of question on material and labor. Now it's the time for fixed overhead. So let's discuss few more variety of questions on fixed overhead as far as the concepts part are concerned. I have discussed and completed all the concepts. We have discussed few questions also. Now let's discuss few more questions. I'm giving you guys a question and I want everyone to solve this question. 1 second, guys. So this is the question for you guys. And I want everyone to solve this question. Examiner do ask these types of question. So I request you guys to please solve the question. And the first thing I want you guys to post is fixed overhead cost variance. So waiting for your answers now. Read the question carefully, convert it into tabular form, and then proceed for the solution. So giving you time to solve the question. Do post your answers. The first answer, what I want is fixed overhead cost variance. So waiting for your answers. The first thing what I want from you guys is to post your answer on fixed overhead cost variance. Take your time and do solve the question. So I have received answer from Prem Kumar, Priyanshi and Almas. So let me check. Rest all waiting for your answers. Incorrect answer, Priyanshi. Incorrect answer, Almas. Incorrect answer, Prem Kumar. So very good, Pooja. Your answer is correct. So Pooja is the first one to post the correct answer on cost variance. So very good, Pooja. For the other students, your answers are incorrect, and I want you guys to try again and post the correct answer. Giving you 5 more minutes to post the answer on cost variance. Pooja, you can go ahead with the calculation of volume variance, calendar capacity, and efficiency variance. Neeraj Patel, please, yes, you are going in the right direction, but please recheck your answer. Tanu, waiting for your answer. Rohan Sahu, your approach is correct, Neeraj, but your answer is not correct. Just try again. And Priyanshi, Prem Kumar, Almas, your answers are not correct. I've received correct answer only from Pooja. Rest all incorrect answers. So waiting for your answers. Rohan and Priyanshi and Almas, can you please send your calculation? Your answers are incorrect. Tanu, it is incorrect. Just read the question carefully. It's a very easy question. Read the question carefully and solve the question with peace of mind. You'll be able to solve easily. So now I've got correct answer from Almas. So now your answer is correct. Very good, Almas. So Almas and Pooja, your answers are correct. Rest everyone incorrect answer. Please read the question carefully. It is incorrect, Priyanshi. Yes, Mr. Anil, Mr. Parvez, Pawan Kumar. Pawan, it is incorrect. Miss Nisi, Sunil Kumar, Miss Tanmozi. Waiting for your answers. Richa, waiting for your answer. So now it is correct. Very good, Prem Kumar. That's okay. No worries. So now I've received answer from Prem Kumar and the answer is correct. Rohan, it is incorrect. Tanu, it is incorrect. Very good, Prem. So volume variance is correct, Prem. That you need to check, Tanu. It's the question from my end. Prem Kumar, Almas, volume variance is correct. Almas, I think you also posted the correct answer. Very good, Almas. The students who are not being able to answer, try to solve the question. It's the rounding of difference, but it is correct, Sunil. Very good, Sunil. The answer is correct. Now you can proceed with the calculation of volume, calendar, capacity, and efficiency variance. So Priyanshi and Tanu and Rohan have not received answers from your end. The correct answer. Pawan, it is incorrect, my dear. Neeraj, please mention the name of the variance also. Which variance you are posting? Tanu, again, it is incorrect. Okay, let me check, Pooja. So now let's start with the solution. Do pay attention, guys. Those who are not being able to solve the question, do pay attention. So as I said, when you find question on fixed and variable overhead, convert the question first in tabular form. So here in budget and actual, when talking about days, it is 25 and 24. When talking about hours, see, total days are 25. Budgeted man hours per day, it is 8. And the number of workers are 600. So see, total 600 workers are working in a day for 8 hours. So 4,800 hours in a day into 25 days in a month. So when talking about the hours, it is 1,20,000. These are my budgeted hours. Whereas actual hours worked is given in the question, that is 1,35,000. When talking about the number of units, it is budgeted units per hour. 1 घंटे में 0.9 units. So 1,20,000 into 0.9. So this will be 1,08,000. When talking about actual units, see, actual units per day 4,200. So 4,200 into the number of days, it is 24. So that will be 1,00,800. When talking about fixed overhead, the budgeted fixed overheads are 3,60,000. Now, fixed overhead expenditure variance I have given. What is fixed overhead expenditure variance? कि कितना overheads होना चाहिए था, कितना हुआ. So when talking about fixed overhead expenditure variance, it is budgeted fixed overheads minus actual fixed overhead. So my expenditure variance is 40,000 adverse. So my budgeted fixed overheads are 3,60,000 minus actual fixed overhead. So my actual fixed overheads will be how much? 4 lakh. So this is the master table. Once you are done with this table, you can solve any question on fixed overhead. Very good, Prem and Almas, Pooja. So what went wrong, Rohan, Mr. Parvez, Priyanshi, Tanu, what went wrong? Can you please tell me? Because this is the straight away question. Yes, the language was not that straight, but yes, it's an easy question. Okay, Tanu, now it is clear. Yes, Priyanshi and Rohan, what went wrong? Okay, I hope now this part is clear. It was not tricky, it's straight away question now. So now fixed overhead cost variance. $3,60,000 divided by 1,08,000 into 1,00,800. These are my absorbed overheads minus my actual overheads are 4 lakh. So this will be 64,000 adverse. Next is fixed overhead expenditure variance that is given in the question. 40,000 adverse. This is given in the question. When talking about volume variance, what's the final answer? No worries. Very good, Prem Kumar. So when talking about volume variance, how many units we were supposed to manufacture? 1,08,000. Actual units manufactured were 1,008,000 units only. So 7,200 units less than what we expected into the rate per unit, that is 1,08,000, or the 3,60,000 divided by 1,08,000. So it is 3.3333 per unit. So this will be 24,000 adverse. 40,000 adverse, 24,000 adverse, 64,000 adverse will be my cost variance. When talking about calendar variance, how many days we were supposed to work? 25, but we actually work for 24 days only. So 1 day less than what we expected into the rate per day, that is 3,60,000 divided by 25 days. So it is 14,400. So this is adverse, 14,400 adverse. Next is fixed overhead capacity variance. I request you guys to post your answers on capacity variance. I have received answers from few students. So Almas has posted answer. Because many students find difficulty in capacity variance. So again, I'm getting different answers from the students. Let me check the answer first. Sorry. So I've got the answer. So Pooja, incorrect answer, capacity variance. Almas, incorrect answer for capacity variance. I want everyone to post answers on capacity variance. This you can easily calculate. Please, those who have posted the answer, I request you guys to repost the answer on capacity variance, asking individually everyone, Priyanshi, Rohan, Richa, Sunil, Anil. Okay, so correct answer I have received from Prem Kumar. Very good, Prem. Correct answer. Rest all waiting for your answers. Tanu Vishwakarma. I request you guys to post your answers on capacity variance. Waiting for your answer. I've received answer from Prem Kumar and few more. But I think Prem Kumar, your answer is correct. Rest all waiting for your answer. So Rohan Sahu, very good, correct answer. But please check whether it is adverse or favorable. Tanu, I'm surprised you are not getting the answer. Please recheck the answer, Tanu. Almas, Mr. Parvez, now the question is ready for you. So do post the correct answer on capacity variance. So Prem Kumar, your answer is correct. Rohan, please check whether it is adverse or favorable. See, fixed overhead के question में maximum, I mean the chances are like maximum student make mistakes in capacity and efficiency variance. So do post your answers. Mohammad Parvez, it is incorrect. Priyanshi, 1 second. Very good, Priyanshi, it is correct. So Mohammad Parvez, please recheck your answer. Rohan, now it is correct. Very good. So Mohammad Parvez and Tanu and rest all waiting for your answer. Yes, Pooja, your capacity variance is incorrect. Neeraj Patel waiting for your answer. Pooja, check it is favorable or adverse, Pooja. Your figure is correct, but do check that it is adverse or favorable. Almas, I think you have posted the answer, but that answer is incorrect, Almas. Tanu, please recheck your calculation. Now it is correct. So now when talking about capacity variance straight away, our capacity was to work for 1,20,000 hours in 25 days. So in 24 days, our capacity was to work for how many hours? Okay, I've got answer from Sunil. Okay, Mohammad Parvez incorrect. Now Tanu, very good, correct answer. Sunil Kumar, it is incorrect. Please recheck, my dear. Pawan Kumar, it's the rate per day. That is 3,60,000 divided by 25. Our capacity was to work for 1,15,200 hours. Our capacity was to work. So, Mr. Anil, 1 second, let me complete the capacity variance. So, our capacity was to work for 1,15,200 hours. That is 1,20,000 hours in 25 days. So, in 24 days, what was our capacity? 1,15,200 hours. But actually, we worked above our capacity. That is 1,35,000 hours. How many hours above my capacity? 19,800 hours. Since it is hours, so we will apply the rate per hour. So 3,60,000 divided by 1,20,000. So the rate is rupees 3 per hour. So that is 59,400 favorable. Why it is favorable? As I've discussed also, we worked above our capacity. हमारी कैपेसिटी थी 1,15,200 आवर्स काम करने की, बट इन 24 days, instead of 1,15,200, sorry, 200, we actually work for 1,35,000 hours. How many hours extra? 19,800 hours we worked above our capacity. So that's why this variance will be favorable. 19,800 is what? The extra hours we worked. So we have got the hours. So we have to apply the rate and calculate the amount. So Tanu, Prem Kumar and Sunil Kumar, please see, these are the hours what you have calculated. You have to apply the rate per hour and calculate the variance. So if we multiply it by 3, then we will get 59,400 favorable. Your approach is correct, but yes, the final answer is incorrect. I hope it is clear, Sunil, Prem and Tanu. Very good, Rohan. Tanu, Prem and Sunil. I hope it is clear now. See, 19,800, what you have calculated is correct. But these are the hours. These are the extra hours we are working over and above our capacity. So you have to calculate the variance in rupees. So you have to apply the rate per hour. So 19,800 into 3 per hour. So 59,400 will be my variance. And it will be favorable. Very important because we worked above our capacity. I hope it is clear now, everyone. Okay, Tanu, that's okay. No worries. Very good. So now, Mr. Anil, 1 second, sorry, Anil. So Anil, where exactly you are finding difficult in calendar variance? Please tell me. Yes, Anil. Okay, okay, Prem. Sorry. We have to consider standard overheads only because we have removed the effect in expenditure variance. So herein, when talking about the calendar variance, 25 days are my budgeted days, 24 days are my actual days. That is, we have to work for 25 days in a month, but we worked only for 24 days in a month. 1 day less than what we expected into the standard rate, what we have to apply. Priyanshi, see, please check. See, actual units per day. Actual units per day is how much? 4,200 units. Into the number of days, 24. So this is how I got 100,800. That's okay. No worries, Neeraj. I hope it is clear now, Priyanshi. So now when talking about efficiency variance, 1,08,000 units, 1,20,000 hours. So when talking about the 1 second. So 1,20,000 hours for 1,08,000 units. So you can calculate efficiency variance in two ways also. So anyways, so 1,08,000 units in 1,20,000 hours. So 1,008,000 units should take how many hours? 1,12,000 hours. But we actually took how many hours? 1,35,000 hours. So 23,000 hours is my inefficiency. Yes, very good, Prem Kumar. Well said. 1,08,000 units, 1,20,000 hours. So one unit, 1.1111 hours. So 1,08,000 units, 1,12,000 hours we should have taken. And actually, we took 1,35,000 hours. So 23,000 hours is my inefficiency into the rate per hour is 3. So this is how we will get. Very good, everyone. So 23,000 hours is my inefficiency. Into the rate per hour is 3. So we will get 69,000. Very good, Pooja. Very good, Priyanshi. I hope, Tanu, it is clear to you now, all the concepts. Gaurav Singh, sir, capacity variance nahi samajh aaya. So see, Gaurav, when talking about capacity variance, the concept is very easy, wherein when talking about capacity variance, we talk about hours. Hours के बारे में बात करते हैं. So see, 1,20,000 आवर्स की हमारी कैपेसिटी थी, मगर कितने दिनों में? 25 डेज में. सो 24 डेज में हमारे कितने आवर्स की कैपेसिटी थी? 1,15,200. आई रिपीट अगेन, गौरव. और कैपेसिटी वाज व्हाट? That 1,20,000 hours in 25 days. So in 24 days, our capacity was to work for only 1,15,200 hours. But what we did in these 24 days, in 24 दिनों में हमने क्या किया? We actually worked for 1,35,000 hours. मतलब हमारी कैपेसिटी थी 1,15,200 hours की, बट हमने काम किया 1,35,000 hours. मतलब कितने घंटे एक्स्ट्रा काम किया? 19,800 आवर्स हमने अपनी कैपेसिटी से ज्यादा काम किया. So that's why this variance will be favorable. In two, we have to apply the rate per hour, that is rupees 3 per hour. कैसे आया 3 per hour? 3,60,000 divided by 1,20,000 hours. We will get the rate per hour, that is rupees 3 per hour. So this is how I got this variance favorable, 59,400. I hope this is clear, Gaurav. I request you guys to copy the question, and those who are done with the solution can go ahead. Else, those who have not copied the solution, please copy the solution. But do copy the question also, please. Now, Tanu, I think you are facing difficulty in practical. Okay, great, Gaurav. Tanu, you are facing difficulty in practical problem number 12, right? Yes, Priyanshi, please tell me. In the meanwhile, 1 second, Tanu, please read practical problem number 12 and just tell me, do you find any difficulty now in practical problem number 12? Please read it in the meanwhile. Yes, Priyanshi, tell me.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Very good morning, dear. I hope you are thorough with the concepts.
Yes, sir. Sir, I did the same efficiency variance by using days. Matlab, if hours are missing, so my total is different because sir, capacity variance we will not calculate in this, no?
यार क्या कर रहे हो प्रियांशी यार, जब डेज गिवन है।
नहीं सर, मतलब ऑल्टरनेट तरीके से मैंने सोचा कि अगर डेज गिवन नहीं
नहीं
होंगे
नहीं
तो
नहीं, बिल्कुल आप देखिए, पहली चीज तो एफिशिएंसी वेरिएंस, अगर आर्ट्स गिवन है तो आपको सीधा आर्ट्स से ही कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा, बाकी कुछ भी स्टंट्स मत कीजिए, फर्स्ट एंड द फॉरमोस्ट थिंग।
यस
सेकेंड थिंग, एफिशिएंसी वेरिएंस आप आर्स के हिसाब से भी कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो और यूनिट्स के हिसाब से भी। अब देखो हम लोगों ने इधर क्या किया, 23,000 आवर्स वाज माय इनएफिशिएंसी, राइट?
यस सर
राइट।
यस सर
अब हम लोग इसके अंदर ना, जैसे ये जो मतलब इनएफिशिएंसी इन आवर्स निकाली है, इनएफिशिएंसी इन यूनिट्स भी निकाल सकते हैं, बट डेज का कहीं कोई रोल नहीं होगा इफ द आवर्स आर गिवन।
यस सर, वो मैंने बस ऐसे ही कि जैसे इफ डेज आर नॉट गिवन, इफ
इफ,
वो इफ डेज आर नॉट गिवन मतलब इफ आवर्स आर नॉट गिवन, तो मैंने उस तरीके से किया, मतलब जो सिचुएशंस दी थी ना अपने वैसे।
हाँ 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 हाँ, तो ठीक है, फिर वो कैपेसिटी वेरिएंस जो है वो चला जाएगा। अगर सी इफ आवर्स आर नॉट गिवन तो कैपेसिटी वेरिएंस चला जाएगा फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल। एफिशिएंसी और कैलेंडर का जो टोटल आएगा वो वॉल्यूम से मैच कर लीजिए, तो इट मींस दैट योर कैलकुलेशन इज करेक्ट।
यस सर, बस वही चेक कर रही थी।
टैली हो रहा था आपका?
यस सर।
Perfect. Very good. Then I can assume that you are very good at concepts. But the point is, what you are finding, what I can figure out is that you don't read the question carefully. So here in see, everything is given in the question, and still you are not being able to solve. And I was surprised that I'm not, you are not being able to solve.
यस सर, इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस पे तो पता नहीं क्या ही हो जाता है मतलब।
Question is very easy. The point is, आप लोग solution के लिए rush करते हो. So read the question carefully because everything is given in the question. See, 25 days है, एक दिन में आपको 8 घंटे काम करना है और टोटल 600 वर्कर्स है। यू आर नॉट बीन एबल टू कैलकुलेट दिस मच, सो रीड द क्वेश्चन केयरफुली। सी, half of the work is done when you read the question carefully. So read the question carefully with peace of mind. You can solve any question of standard costing because what I can see is that you are good at concepts, but आप वो कॉन्सेप्ट्स को अप्लाई भी करना पड़ेगा, उसके लिए क्वेश्चन को शांति से पढ़ना पड़ेगा। Anyways, wish you good luck. I hope you are thorough with the concepts of all the variances, right?
यस सर।
Okay, great.
थैंक
Very good. Tanu, now, any doubts in yes, Sunil, even you did some mistake, but now I think as you said, yes, sir, when I read carefully, I got the answer. So Tanu, now, any doubts in practical problem number 12? So now you can easily solve the question. So guys, you know what I have observed in last few, and in fact, in the sessions, what I have discussed various chapters. See, most of you guys now, you guys try to rush towards the solution. Please don't rush for the solution. Read the question carefully. See, कई बार ऐसा होता है कि when I put up the question, you are like not being able to solve the question. The reason is that आप question ढंग से पढ़ते नहीं and you start the solution. But see, when I solve the question, you say, sir, oh, sir, it was very easy. It was not tricky. So the point is, guys, half of the work is done when you read the question carefully. So read the question carefully once, twice, thrice. अगर 3 बार में भी समझ में नहीं आता तो डेफिनेटली द क्वेश्चन इज ट्रिकी। बट यस, अगर आप शांति से 2 या 3 बार क्वेश्चन पढ़ेंगे तो 95% क्वेश्चंस आपको आसानी से समझ में आएगा एंड यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व। सो बिफोर स्टार्टिंग विद द सोल्यूशन, try to read the question once, twice, and thrice. Plus, if possible, try to get the extracts of the question. कई बार questions बहुत ज़्यादा lengthy होते हैं. See, you must have seen that I follow the same approach for all the question, for material variances and labor variances and fixed overhead and variable overhead. So this is nothing. ये जो table बनाता हूँ या master chart बनाता हूँ, it is nothing but the extracts of the question. Question जो है कई बार word form में दिया हुआ होता है, paragraph form में दिया हुआ होता है, या कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन मिसिंग होती है या कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन आगे पीछे होती है। So I prepare all these tables. The reason is, और ये जो charts मैं prepare करता हूँ या और ये जो master charts मैं बनाता हूँ, it is nothing but the extracts of the question. So सोल्यूशन में ना कई बार होता है कि पहले आपको क्वेश्चन लिखना पड़ता है, तो क्वेश्चन की इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें आप एक्सट्रैक्ट कीजिए एंड देन स्टार्ट राइटिंग द सोल्यूशन, बी इट एनी चैप्टर. See, when talking about the joint and byproduct also, you will see very lengthy question. Just check my previous session on joint and byproduct. See, the questions were lengthy, but मैंने क्या किया, सारे question के extracts पहले लिख दिए, and then I was able to calculate all the values, all the ways to distribute the joint cost. So the point is, read the question, write down the extracts of the question in the solution sheet, and then proceed for the final solution. Trust me, you'll be able to solve all the questions, be it costing, be it FM, be it accounts, be it anything, be it income tax also. So try to figure out the extracts of the question, prepare the master chart the way you want. In every chapter, in every subject, you can prepare master chart. एक कोई fixed pattern नहीं है. It's up to you how to prepare the extracts. So whatever I find good, I prepare the extracts accordingly. So that is the key. Anyways, guys, so I'm done with the concepts. I'm done with this question. Still, if you guys have any doubts in fixed and variable overhead variance or any question on fixed and variable overhead variance, you guys can please post your query. Waiting for your queries, giving you 2 minutes time to post your query. किसी के दिमाग में कुछ भी चल रहा है, be it conceptual related queries, be it formula related queries, be it presentation related queries, you guys can please post your queries. Waiting for your queries now. Those who are watching over the portal, you guys can please post. Gaurav Singh, I hope you are thorough with the concept of material, labor, fixed and variable overhead variances. So fine, guys, let's take a break of 15 minutes. During the break, I request you guys to please check practical problem number 12 and try to solve it if possible. So try to solve practical problem number 12 during the break. In the meanwhile, let's meet up after 15 minutes. 1 second. See, Tanu, the point is, you know what? It requires practice. So if you'll practice variety of questions in writing, trust me, you will not get scared of the question. See, it happens generally when if there is, if you guys have not practiced. अगर आप practice proper करेंगे, then आपको समझ में आएगा कि okay, if the new question comes, how to approach the solution. So there is no rocket science. The thing is that practice as many as possible question as you can in writing. Don't do ticking in the book or any of the author's books. So simply if you read the question, आप question read कीजिए and start writing your own solution. Again, don't take help of the solution. Exam में आपको help मिलेगा क्या solutions का? See, exam में solution available नहीं है कि okay ये point अटक गए, let's check the solution. No, just write the full answer and then check the final answer that okay it is correct or incorrect. If it is incorrect, then solve the question again. Don't leave it. So don't see while writing the solutions also don't see the answers ki okay yahan pe atak gaya to kya hoga wahan pe atak gaya hoga to kya hoga. In exams you will not get the solution sheet that okay if you got stuck into something then you can check the answer. So no need to check. Read the question, write the full answer and then check the solution. You need to practice more than Tanu. Question ka solution mat check kijiye. Once you are done with the entire question, then only check the solution. Understand? Anyways, so let's take a break of 15 minutes. Edwin, sir. Welcome back, my friends. So, I hope you guys have solved practical problem number 12. Very good, Priyanshi. पवन कुमार सर एफिशिएंसी वेरिएंस एक बार समझा दीजिए. So see, Pawan, when talking about efficiency variance, since you are asking it in Hindi, so explaining it in Hindi only, that काम कितने घंटे में होना चाहिए था और कितने घंटे में हुआ. So see, 1,08,000 units should be completed in 1,20,000 hours. This was the target, or we can say the standard given by the management. So it means one unit should take how many hours? 1.111 hours. 1,08,000 units should take 1,20,000 hours. So it means one unit should be completed in 1.111 hours. This was the budget set by the management. So the actual production is how much? 1,00,800. So how many hours we should have used to manufacture 1,00,800 unit? 1,12,000 hours. One unit, 1.1111 hour. So 1,00,800 units into this much, we will get 1,12,000 hours. So 1,08,000 units should be completed in 1,12,000 hours. But to manufacture these 1,08,000 units, how many hours we actually consumed? 1,35,000 hours. So how many extra hours we consumed? 1,12,000 minus 1,35,000. 23,000 hours हमारे extra लग गए to manufacture 1,00,800 units. So we can say 23,000 hours is my inefficiency. We were not efficient, काम हमने बराबर से नहीं किया और 23,000 hours हमने ज्यादा लगा दिए into the rate per hour. So 3,60,000 are my overheads and the R is 1,20,000. 3,60,000 are my overhead. R's are 1,20,000. So the rate per hour is rupees 3 per hour. So into 3 per hour. So this will be 69,000 adverse. I hope it is clear now, Pawan. So this is the way efficiency variance will be calculated. I hope it is clear, Pawan. Anyone else with any doubts or queries? Anyone else? So guys, let's discuss one more question, practical problem number 4 for material variances. So एक बार material variance का revision भी हो जाएगा and since labor variance is just like material variance, so एक बार material variance का revision भी हो जाएगा and I'll be able to discuss at least one more question on missing figure. I request you guys to please open your study material. I am discussing practical problem number 4. So waiting guys, please open practical number 4, page number 13.59 from study material. So 1 kilogram of product K requires two chemicals A and B. The following are the details of the product K for the month of June 2023, wherein standard mix for chemical A is 50% and chemical B it is 50%. The standard price kilogram of chemical A it is 12 and for B it is 15. Actual input of chemical B it is 70 kilogram and the actual price per kilogram for A it is 15. Standard normal loss is 10% of the input and material cost and yield variance is given. You are required to calculate all the material variances. So let's start with this question, practical problem number 4. So there are two types of chemical A and B. 50-50 is my quantity. Assuming the mix as the total input. So input is 100. Normal loss is 10% of input. So my output is 90. Since no information is given in the question, so we will assume that the budgeted output and actual output are same. The standard price is given 12 and 15. So this will be 600. Now we're talking about the actual data. When talking about the actual data, actual input of chemical B is given, that is 70. And actual price is given for A, it is 15. So this is the data that is given in the question. So this information is missing, this information is missing. However, the question has given us the details of material yield and cost variance. So let's start with material yield variance. Material yield variance is given in the question, that is 135 adverse. Now, let's assume it as X. So my total input will be 70 plus X. Now in yield variance, I have discussed that how much input we were supposed to use? 100. How much input we actually used? 70 plus X. How much input we were supposed to use? How much input we were supposed to use to get the desired output? 100. But the input we actually used is 70 plus X, assuming that the quantity of A, actual quantity of A be X. So my actual input will be 70 plus X into my weighted average price, that is 1350 divided by 100. This should be equal to 135 adverse. I repeat again, yield variance में कितने इनपुट में काम होना चाहिए था, कितने इनपुट पे काम हुआ into the weighted average price. This should be equal to 135 adverse. So now let's simplify it. So 100 minus 70, it is 30 minus X multiplied by 13.5. should be equal to minus 135. So we can say 30 minus x is equals to 10 minus 10. So we can say x will be equal to 4. So with the help of material yield variance, we have calculated this quantity, that is 40. So now we can get the total also, that is 70 plus 40, that is 110. Further, this figure we can easily calculate now, since this value is derived now. So this figure we can easily calculate 40 into 15. This will be 600. Now the next data that is given in the question is material cost variance, that is 650 adverse. Again, when talking about the material cost variance, it is standard cost minus actual cost. It will be material cost variance. Kitna cost lagna chahiye tha, kitna laga, that will be the material cost variance. And it is given 650 adverse. That is standard cost minus actual cost. Standard cost is a standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. So let's solve material cost variance now. Let's assume that this is not given. So let's assume that it is y. So this will be 70y. So 600 plus 70y. So now my standard cost I have is 1350 minus actual cost is how much? 600 plus 70y should be equal to 650 adverse. So let's open the bracket. So 1350 minus 600, this will be 750 minus 70y is equals to minus 650. So 70y should be equal to 1400. So value of y will be equal to 20. So now we have got this figure 20. So this will be 1400 and this will be 2000. Now our master chart is ready. We can solve any questions. Okay, Tanu, I'll be discussing practical problem number 12 also. So now the master chart is ready. We can solve any question. So our cost variance we have already calculated. Material cost variance, it is already given in the question, that is 1350 minus 2000. So this will be 650 adverse. Now price variance we can easily calculate. That is, when talking about the formula, that is standard price minus actual price into actual quantity. Concepts I have already discussed in detail. So for A and B, how much should be the price? 12. How much is the actual price? 15 into actual quantity. Why I will be taking actual quantity? I have already discussed that the performance of the purchase manager will be judged on the basis of the quantity that is actually purchased. कितना यूज होना चाहिए था, नहीं यूज होना चाहिए था, उसका परचेज मैनेजर का कोई भी लेना देना नहीं है. So that's why we are using actual quantity. Similarly, 15 minus 20 into 70. So this will be 120 adverse. Next is usage variance. When talking about the usage, how much quantity we were supposed to use minus the quantity actually used into the standard price. Again, production manager has nothing to do with the work done by the purchase manager. And when talking about the work done by the purchase manager, the actual price reflects the work done by the purchase manager. So herein, when talking about the usage also, it is standard quantity minus actual quantity into standard price. So A and B. So the quantity we were supposed to use is 50 minus 40 into 12. So this is 120 favorable. 50 minus 70 into 15. This is 300 adverse. So net is 180 adverse. 180 adverse plus 470 adverse will be 650 adverse, and that is cost variance. Mix. So this actual input of 110 should be in the ratio of 50:50. So mix variance. So A and B should be in the ratio of 55:55, but the actual mix is 40 and 70 into my standard price, that is 12 and 15. So this is 225 adverse. And I think this is 15 into 12, 180. 180 favorable. So 45 adverse. And material yield variance is given in the question, that is 135 adverse. So this is the way material variances will be calculated. If you guys have any doubts in this chapter, you guys can please post your query. Pawan Kumar, it is divided by 100. Please check the previous sessions. Those who want to copy the solution can please copy, giving you 2 minutes time. Priyanshi, 8 marks. Sometimes it can go till 10 marks also. The weightage is in general 8 marks, but yes, examiner sometimes ask questions of 10 marks also. Okay, Tanu, I'll explain problem number 12. Don't worry. I request you guys to please open practical question number 12 because one of the student is facing difficulty in practical question number 12. So practical question number 12 of study material, page number 13.62. So the following data has been collected from the cost record of a unit for computing the various fixed overhead variances for a period. When talking about the days, it is 25. So let's write the extracts of the question, Tanu. Budget and actual. See, So the number of budgeted working days, it is 25. Now see the next line, budgeted man hours per day. Per day total 6,000 man hours. So in general, when talking about the calculation of total hours, it will be how much? Per day it is 6,000. So total it will be 6,000 into 25, that is 1,50,000. So these are my budgeted man hours. I hope it is clear till now, Tanu. Next point is output per man hour in units. That is the output per hour. It is how much? 1 unit per hour. So when talking about the output, it will be 1,50,000. It is given in the question that output per hour is 1 unit. Now fixed overhead as budgeted, it is 1,50,000. So fixed overhead is given straight away. $1,50,000. Now, actual number of working days are how much? 27. Actual number of working days are 27. Actual man hours per day is how much? See, very important. Actual man hours per day, it is 6,300. So 6,300 is per day into 27 days in general. So 1,70,100 are my actual hours. When talking about the output, it is given, it is actual output per man hour in units, it is 0.9. So if we multiply it by 0.9, we will get the actual output, that is 153,090. And the actual fixed overheads are 1,56,000. Any doubts till now, Tanu? Yes, Tanu? Any doubts? No worries, that's okay. So what went wrong, Tanu? I mean, what exactly the calculation you did? Okay. Do you want me to solve the full, the entire question, or I hope, I mean, this much is fine. Great. So guys, enough of discussion on this chapter. Anyone having any doubts, those who are watching over YouTube can please, you guys can please post the queries over the portal. Those who are watching over Zoom can post the queries straight away, or those who are watching over the app, you guys can please post the query over the portal. I'm there to address all your queries. Whatever your queries are in standard costing, you guys can please post. I'm done with this chapter, a very important chapter from examination point of view. Mohammad Khan, which solution you are talking about, Mr. Mohammad? Gaurav Singh, I hope all your queries are resolved now. $1,70,100 कैसे आया पवन कुमार? So 1 second, Pawan. So 1,70,100. See, Pawan, it is given in the question that actual number of working days are 27. तो टोटल 27 दिन लोग काम करते हैं और एक दिन में हाउ मेनी आवर्स 6,300 आवर्स so this is how I got 1,70,100. I hope it is clear. Rohan, you want me to explain the question, the entire question, Rohan? So anything else, any particular variance you want me to discuss, Rohan? So can you please help me out what you want me to discuss then? Acha, illustration number 12 or practical question number 12 you are talking about? This question is straight away, Rahul. Sorry, Rohan. Just read it and solve it. It's manageable. Yes, Mr. Parvez, tell me. Admin sir, can you please unmute Mr. Parvez? Yes, Parvez.
आवाज आ रही सर?
एकदम loud and clear. Tell me.
सर पूछ लो इसमें कितने क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं? जैसे इसमें 12th में दिया है कैलकुलेट फिक्स्ड ओवरहेड वेरिएंसेस, एक्सपेंडिचर, वॉल्यूम एंड फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट।
आप प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम नंबर 12 बोल रहे हैं ना?
हाँ जी, इसमें 3 ही पूछा है, तो 3 ही पूछेंगे कि
वो तो एग्जामिनर के ऊपर है कि उसको कितना पूछना है। एग्जामिनर कैन आस्क यू गाइस एनीथिंग। इस क्वेश्चन में 3 पॉइंट्स पूछे, बट यस एग्जामिनर कैन आस्क यू फॉर ऑल द वेरिएंसेस।
10 में भी वही है, 3 ही पूछा हुआ है उसमें। एक्सपेंडिचर,
कौन से
10th में एक्सपेंडिचर, वेरिएंस, वॉल्यूम वेरिएंस और टोटल ओवरहेड वेरिएंस, 3 क्वेश्चन थे।
8, 9, 10 कोई जरूरी नहीं है मिस्टर परवेज, एग्जामिनर कुछ भी पूछ सकता है। एग्जामिनर कैन आस्क यू ऑल द वेरिएंसेस माय डियर।
हाँ, इसमें 11th में पूछा है उसने, relevant variable overhead variance.
See, be prepared for the worst. Examiner can ask you anything. Examiner एग्जाम में कुछ भी पूछ सकता है, so make sure आपका preparation complete होना चाहिए। I hope you are thorough with the concepts.
Yes sir.
कोई डाउट है? conceptual capacity, calendar, efficiency, anything?
नहीं सर, सब
Okay.
नंबर का गेम है सर, वो हो जाएगा।
हाँ जी,
सब नंबर गेम है, सब कैलकुलेशन
नंबर गेम है। इट्स प्योर कॉन्सेप्ट्स एंड मैथमेटिक्स, कोई फॉर्मूलाज नहीं है। सो यू आर रेफरिंग फॉर्मूलाज नाउ और यू आर जस्ट गोइंग अहेड विद द कॉन्सेप्ट्स ओनली?
नहीं सर, मैं आपके लेक्चर ही अटेंड कर रहा हूँ बस।
Good. So follow the concepts. Don't try to memorize the formulas and try to practice as many as question possible. कोई भी question छोड़िए मत, जितना हो सके। The questions are available over study material. Then practice manual are there. Past practice manual are there. MTPs, RTPs, everything is there. You have variety of questions over the institute platform only. So just check out the questions and try to solve as many as possible questions in writing. Understand? And don't check the solution midway. आप एक बार पूरा अपना solution लिखिए and then check the solution.
जी।
What went wrong? Can you please unmute Anil?
So not specifically like while calculating figures, like I'm getting confused, like not able to be
I
accurate.
think you are joining my batch for the first time over Zoom, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you checked my recorded
Because
session?
I already attempted in this May exams, but I didn't perform well, so I'm starting my preparation again.
Okay. No worries, Anil. See, what I suggest is just check my recorded sessions. See, I have discussed this part in detail. जैसे आपको नहीं, काफी स्टूडेंट्स को ये प्रॉब्लम आती है मिक्स कैलकुलेशन में. So I have discussed, 3 questions how to calculate the mix. So trust me, if you will check all the previous 3 sessions, you will be thorough with the mix part. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay? Because I have discussed in detail, I mean, what all the queries student face. So वो सारी points को दिमाग में रख के मैंने ये material mix variance discuss किया. So don't worry, just check the session, you'll be able to understand. Anyone else with any doubts or queries? So guys, done with standard costing, a very important chapter from examination point of view. Thank you so much, guys, for your time and patience and for active participation in the session. I think now it's a long break, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I request you guys to solve as many as possible question of standard costing. It's the bonus marks. Trust me, guys. अगर आप ये लास्ट अटेम्प्ट, ये जो अभी का पेपर भी चेक करेंगे, you will be able to solve the question on calculator if you are thorough with the concept. The question was very easy. In fact, ये जो attempt में question आया, it was very easy. So just focus on the concept. Try to practice as many as possible in question in writing, and then check the past paper. आप वो past paper में जब questions देखेंगे, you will be able to solve it on calculator. So trust me, that will boost your confidence. So before approaching the past papers, try to memorize the concept, solve as many as possible questions in writing, and then approach the past paper. You'll find that, okay, I mean, you'll feel good that, okay, I know I'm in how to approach the exams and all. So anyways, guys, thank you so much, guys. One second. Anil, what you do is, see, I understand, I mean, you have not attended any of the sessions. So what you do, Anil, what you do, just drop me a mail, cma-inter @ICAI.in. Whatever your queries are there, एक आप वर्ड फाइल बनाइए, पॉइंट बाय पॉइंट सारी क्वेरीज लिखिए, अटैच कीजिए, एंड एड्रेसिंग माय नेम पुट ऑल दीज क्वेरीज ओवर cma-inter@ICAI.in. I'll address all your queries. Don't worry, don't get demotivated. It's okay. नहीं हुआ कोई बात नहीं. But trust me, just check out my previous sessions. All the sessions are concept based. Try to solve as many as possible questions in writing, and whatever the queries are, just write it down and put it over mail to cma-inter@ICAI.in. I'm there to help you out in any case. Don't worry, guys. Thank you so much, Sunil Kumar. Yes, Priyanshi, you can also cma-inter@ICAI.in. Yes, cma-inter@ICAI.in. Mention your name. I'll remember your name. Whatever the queries you are, just post your queries. I'm there till the last date of your exam. Don't worry. So do post whatever the queries you have addressing my name. I'll be taking care of your queries personally. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your holidays now. From my side, in fact, take care. God bless you. See you, I think, on Tuesday. Let me check. I think I have a session on Tuesday. So let me check. See you in the coming class. Take care till then. Bye-bye. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everything went.